What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival, and I wanted to do another practice mode tutorial video, and what sort of brought this on was a request from somebody in the comment section asking about a tight end oriented offense that I talked about a few months ago that I was kind of working on before I started the SMU dynasty, or the Coach Sexton dynasty. And instead of just throwing a bunch of plays out there, I mean, my original thought was, hey, I could just do a bunch of videos on all the tight end oriented plays that I like. But instead of doing that, I thought it would be a better idea if I done a video on a concept as opposed to just a play. When you do a video on a concept, I can show you that same concept from the different formations. That way you can kind of pick and choose which one you like. Most good offenses in real life are very conceptual. It's not just separate plays that don't really fit. It's like the best offenses run the same 4 or 5 concepts over and over and over again. And this is a great concept, and the one I want to talk about today is tight end shallow. And the plays that I'm going to show you have the tight end that's running the shallow always has his hand in the dirt, which means you should never have to bother with sub packages. You see me in the past dynasties put a tight end out in the slot. It's great. I enjoy doing that. But the tight end shallow, you do not have to do any of that. His hand will be in the dirt, meaning you never have to bother with the sub packages, and you can just run the play as normal. So there are about a dozen plays that I'm going to show you that's all the same thing. It's tight end shallow. We're going to keep going to him over and over again. And by the end of the video, maybe you can kind of get an idea of which ones you like, depending on your roster, and so on and so forth. Now, I have all 9 formations in this particular playbook set up. We'll talk about it at the end as in terms of kind of how you want to conduct an offense with this, if you really like the concept in general. But for now, we'll just go through play by play, and then towards the end, we'll break down all the summary stuff. So we'll just start out with Ace Twins. There's one play in Ace Twins that fits what we want to do here. Now, the only rule you need to know is when you come to figuring out which hash to play your tight end shallow play on, it's very simple. This is the play, tight end drag. You see, circle is running a shallow route. If the shallow route is going to the left side, it's the left hash play. If he's going to the right, it's a right hash play. As you can see here, he's going to the left. That means it is a right hash play. The best thing about shallow is that it's good against man or zone. What's even better is you use the same button press, which is a hold. It's the easiest one to use because you just keep holding the button even after your tight end or receiver catches the ball. So we're going to select tight end drag. We're going to go against 4-3. Doesn't matter. We're going to do a random formation. You do not have to know if they're going cover 1, cover 2. It doesn't really make a difference. They're going cover 0. It doesn't matter. You can always give it to your tight end to pick up at least a couple of yards at the worst. Against zone, it appears. Just a bad throw. But if you notice how wide open he was here, it was just a bad throw on the quarterback's part. Look at that. All this space right here, wide open. We'll go again. Looks like they're going zone. Go over here. Just throw it as hard as you can and let them cut up field. Let them pick up 7 yards. Again, looks like they're going zone. Going up field. They're going man. Doesn't matter. Picks up 5 yards. Looks like they're going zone. Doesn't matter. Give it to your tight end and let him make a play. Now, the only thing you need to know about this play here, I'll do this one more time, is we can look at the play here, and you got a flag route and a post route on the left, and you got an out route with the tight end. Now, here's what I want to show you. Against man, for this particular play, let's go back and try to see if I can find it. Tight end drag. Let's just go against cover 2 man. A great man beater, as you know, are out routes. And if you notice here, our tight end on the left is running an out route. If you're going to run a tight end oriented offense, it's always fun to have 2 tight end routes going at the same time. Well, this is a dig that he's currently running. But you can always, if you know it's man, as you can tell it is, you could just motion him over. Bada bing, bada boom, what do you have? It's just an out route. Then you can just go to him, throw it as hard as you can, let him make a play. 15 yards. Going man again. Move the wrong guy over. There we go. Just motion him over. You can see who's probably defending him. Looks like that linebacker. Doesn't matter. You can throw it out. Same thing. No big deal. Just a basic out route. So this is a great 2 tight end play, but again, the focus is your shallow. That's just a terrible throw. Let's end this on a high note. We'll just leave it as is and pretend like you don't have a good second tight end. You still pick an easy 2 or 3 yards. Okay. Super simple. Shallow. Not that hard. Now, that's the only play out of that formation. The next play is ace wide trips. We got one play out of this formation, and it is cross in, square. Look at triangle, our tight end. What's he doing? He's going a shallow to the left. That means it is a left hash play. You could flip it, and you can use a right hash play. It doesn't make a difference. We'll call this play. Let's do it against nickel just to make it simple here. Looks like they're going man. Look how quick he's off the ball right there. Love it. 10 yards. Let's see. Looks like they are going zone. We'll just go underneath. 7 yards. I don't even know what they're going. Looks like they're going zone. Just go underneath, and he just drops it. Looks like they're going zone. A lot of room right there. 10 yards. And what's great about this play is that go route on the left opens up a lot of space for your tight end underneath. That receiver occupies the corner and that safety. Regardless if it's man or zone, doesn't make a difference. Boom, 7 yards. Man, zone, doesn't make a difference. You can even throw it to him if he's double teamed. And it'll be very rare to see the opposing team double team a tight end, especially if he's got his hand in the dirt. So that's one thing you pretty much won't have to worry about. Just go up, pick up first down. And what's even great, and just going back to the previous play, I didn't really think to do this. When in doubt, the only thing you really need, and you don't really need it, but it's nice to have, is just a cover zero beater. When it's against man, this tight end drag, just go to your post. Just go to a deep ball. Throw it over the top. No different with ace wide trips. Cross in, man, zone, doesn't matter. You can go to your shallow, but if both safeties are coming up, just go to square over the top. We can try monster green. Both safeties coming up. You can try to give it to your wide receiver. That's just good coverage right there. Again, doesn't really matter. Otherwise, if you just don't feel like you need to go over to the top, just go to your tight end. Just pick up a couple yards. Simple. Okay, that's the only play you need out of that formation. Ace empty. This is the only one where you could use a sub package. And the reason why I picked this one is because, and you can see here a package tight end slot. It's this play right here. Deep fade. Again, it's a shallow. That's what we're covering today. He's going to the left. That means it's a left hash. If we can flip it, he's going to the right hash. The right side of the field, therefore, it's a right hash play. So let's do deep fade. Let's do dime. What I like is, I like his 2-point stance. He's not set up like a receiver where he's got one foot in front of the other. It looks like he's set up the block. But in all reality, we can go to triangle there. Let's try this again. They're going zone, yeah. Now this play is even great because all 5 routes are excellent. But again, it just gives your tight end an easy route underneath. And this looks no different than deep attack out of gun spread. You got 2 outside routes going deep. Then you got a post over the middle. Then you got a dig. I mean, it's just a perfect pass play, basically. But I just wanted to point out about the tight end. If you don't feel comfortable with the tight end, like I didn't feel comfortable there, and I'll show you why. Notice this linebacker covering the tight end. He's in front of the tight end, and I didn't want to throw it to him. Good thing is this play's got other man routes. It's got the post. He had a beat on him. Dig had a beat on his defender. Didn't make a difference. So that's another good play. Next play. I formation tight. Let me see if I can find it here. Tight end crosses. Now, there's 2 versions of this. There's the I tight and there's the weak tight. We're going to cover both. Tight end crosses here, we got, technically, it looks like 2 shallow routes. But technically, It's actually 1. Your square, which is your number 2 tight end, is a legit shallow route. He's going to the right. What does that mean? It's a right hash play. Good against, obviously, man or zone. Triangle, your number 1 tight end, is an amazing man beater. It's a crossing route. So let's cover that. Again, our true shallow for this play is man. Now you can see the true route of what it looks like. Square, it's a legit shallow, but triangle, it's a crossing route. Man or zone, you can always go to square. So we can go to him a few times. Just go underneath there. Just a bad throw, but he was open. I don't even know what they're going here. Looks like they're going man. You can still give it to him. Perfect throw, 10 yards. Looks like they're going zone. Again, shallow. Throw it hard as you can. Let the computer handle the rest. Now, if you want to go man, you can go to your tight end. Just a terrible throw right there. Now, this may go all the way back. Let's see. Okay, man. If you feel like going to your number 1 tight end, look how open he can get. Boom. 10 yards. Zone, when in doubt, shallow. Or if they're going cover 0, you can always go over the top to your post. In this case, they did not go cover 0, but that is an option. It always helps to have that cover 0 beater. But in the end, the play is really meant for your shallow to let him get some yardage out of it. Okay, that's the I-tight version of that. I'm going to skip the strong twins play, and we're going to go right to weak tight to keep everything in sync. This is my favorite version of this. It depends on what you like to do else with that formation, but I'm going to show you both. Tight end drags, again, exact same routes, but this one works a lot better because I like what the fullback does. He's legitimately blocking, and he doesn't get in your way. So we'll just call the same play. Looks like they're going man again. Number 2 tight end, that's just good defense. Going zone, we can just give it to our shallow. Great play there, pick up about 10 yards. We're going man, we can go to, this is double team, that was just a bad play on my part. Looks like they're going man again. Double teamed again, but he still picks up 15 yards. But if you don't feel comfortable, give it to him. When in doubt, shallow time. Or if you feel like you need to go over the top, cover 0 beater, you know who to go to. Your post. Looks like they're going zone here. We know what to do. Just give it to shallow. That's my favorite version compared to I-tight. Both of them work. It just, again, depends on what you want to do in this formation. If you like other plays from I-tight, you may want to just use I-tight. Or use both. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to save the strong twins one play towards the end because all the first plays I'm going to show you are all drop back passes. The strong twins one, and I'll just show you before we go to it towards the end, is PA tight end drag. It's play action. I'll show you that at the end. Next play, weak twin tight end. There's one play out of this one. Tight end drag. Again, shallow is going to the left. What does that mean? Left hash play. Go over to him. Great. Ooh, wow, we got lucky there. And we're going to get a touchdown out of it. They're going man. Okay, here's what's great about this play. Sometimes now, if you notice, I'll just show you on instant replay here. We'll cover the tight end if I can get over him. Notice the great coverage right here. If you don't feel comfortable throwing it to him because you got an awesome corner that can intercept that, the great thing is like about man. Oh, they're going zone here, so this is a bad example. I'll just show you here. Oh, gosh, come on. Resume practice. Okay, they're going man. The great thing about this play against man is your halfback. You've seen me run that a million times before. Just an out route to your halfback. He gets great separation. Look at all this room he has. And that's a great play by the linebacker. They're going man. You can just dump it to your halfback, and he's got all this room to work with. Your shallow in this particular play works a lot better against zone than it does man. Ooh, just good play. Even better. We'll try it again. They're going zone. There we go. 5 yards. Looks like they're going man. If you feel more comfortable, give it to your halfback. Let him go out with it. It doesn't matter if he can catch or not. It's a hard catch to not make. You can throw it back out to him if you want. They're going man. If you think your tight end's got a good angle on his defender like that, give it to him. Again, shallow to the left. And if both safeties come up, you can go to your post. And that was a bad throw. Didn't mean to do that. Looks like they're going zone here. I can go here. Again, shallow or the halfback is all you need to worry about. Okay. Now we're going to have some more fun. Now we're going to come across some plays that kind of involve both tight ends. We showed one earlier. Now Shotgun Ace has, I think, 3 plays that I like. Again, all we're focusing on is shallow. Let's start off with the first one. Stretch under on the left. It's your number 1 tight end. He's going to the left. What does that mean? Left hash. You can go out to him. Boom. 5 yards. They're going man. Doesn't matter. Throw it hard. Boom. 5 yards. They're going zone. Doesn't matter. Just a bad throw. Going zone. Go to him. Just a bad throw. But he was open. It was just him in the corner. You don't have to worry about the corner really making a play there. There we go. That's an even better play. What's even great here, you got another cover 0 beater. Look at that. You got your post route. And if you don't feel comfortable giving it to your tight end on the shallow against man, what you can do, boom, move your wide receiver over. What can he do? Well, this is against zone, so this ain't going to work out. They're going zone here. I'll show you how, here in a minute when they call man. Just a bad throw. Let's try it again. Zone. That's more like it. Pick up 5 yards. Now they're going man. He's getting double teamed. Got both safeties going over the top. That's intercepted. Terrible. Come on now. Do better than that. Going zone. Again, just shallow. When in doubt, just give it to your shallow. Throw it as hard as you can. That should have been interference. We'll try it one more time. Want to end it on a high note. There we go. Much better. Okay. That's number 1 of this formation. What's the other, the second one? Maybe there was just 2. Flanker out and ups. You got your number 2 tight end going to the right. What does that mean? Right hash. Or flip it and do the other end. Now, what's great about this play is you got a post route with your number 1 tight end. That's good against man or zone. Then you got 2 go routes. It's just a great play. It's like deep attack out of spread, except you're using 2 tight ends. But what's great here? Boom, shallow. If you want, looks like they're going man here. You could go over to the top. That's just a terrible throw on my part. We can try this again. Man. You can just go to your shallow, pick up a couple. We're going zone. Cover 2. You can dart it into your tight end. Touchdown. Or just when in doubt, give it to your shallow. Let it pick up some yardage. Okay, now let me just make sure those were the only 2 out of this formation. I thought there was a third. Middle choice was not one of them. I didn't like that shallow from that particular play. It might have been just these 2. No, tight end wheel. Okay, tight end wheel. You got your number 1 tight end triangle going on a wheel route. That's your cover 0 beater. Otherwise, go to your shallow, your number 2 tight end. He's going to the right. That means it is a right hash play. Boom. Going upfield. Maybe get a touchdown. Perfect play. Going zone. Man, zone. Doesn't matter. This may get picked. Yeah, I was close. Didn't give that one enough time. Both safeties coming up. You can try to go over the top. That's just good coverage, but if it's single coverage, going man, go over the top. Let's say that may work. Ooh, good play. Going zone. And give it to your shallow. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. Try it again. Try to end it on a high note if we can. Now, my number 2 tight end only has 74 speed, and he's still making plays out there. So that's that play. So that's 3 out of that one. Now, going to gun ace twins. I think there's 2 in this formation, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's these 2 right here. They're on the same slide. Angle drag and tight end choice. It's the exact same thing. Your number 1 tight end is going to the left, therefore it is left hash. We'll just go over here. We'll do angle drag for a couple plays. I like this one. He's pretty quick off the ball. Boom. 14 yards. Going man here. Got pretty good separation there. Pick up a few yards there. Going zone. Go to Shallow. If it's cover 0, you could go to your other tight end. As such, if he can make the play, great play, touchdown. Just a great play. You're in the gun, so you're not too worried about getting sacked. Just killer play all around. Next play, the other one. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Tight end choice, no different. Looks like they're going man. What's even better, he got great separation there, and I threw that one way too late. What's great about this one, look what your other tight end does. It's a crossing route, and we know crossing routes are great against man. Boom, 7 yards. Man, I can go to either one. It doesn't matter. I can go back to this one. Perfect play. Man, he dropped it. If you don't think one tight end's going to get separation, you can give it to the other one. It doesn't matter. We can go over the top, see if that's great play. 6 points. Going man. We can go to our main shallow. Just a bad throw. See if we can try to end it on a high note. Another terrible throw. Come on. Bramlett. There we go. 4 yards. I think there was only 2 out of those formations. Out of this particular formation, sorry. I didn't like drag special because I don't like the curl route. It interrupts your shallow there. So those are the only 2 you need to worry about out of that formation. Last but not least, strong twins. PA tight end drag. Since we have a right-handed quarterback, I don't think it makes a difference, so we'll test both. I flipped it. Again, we got our tight end going to the right. What do? Right hash. Man or zone, it doesn't matter. Boom. 5 yards. They're going zone. Tight end. Wide open underneath. Killer play. And look what else we got. We got a cover 2 zone beater with our go route. We could try that. We're going cover 2. May get intercepted. We're going man. When in doubt, just shallow that puppy. Pick up 5 yards. Again, super simple. There's really nothing to think about. And that was the point of this whole video. I could give you, there are a bunch of other plays that involve both tight ends that do different things. But today, I think you could keep your offense simple, or at least give it to the ball to your tight end really simple by just using shallows all day. We can do it one more time. Perfect play. 15 yards. All right, that's it when it comes to tight end shallow. You can use it in your pro-style offense. You could treat it as an air raid, like a bigger version of it. You can call it the big raid. That's what a lot of air raid guys do, is just shallow every other play. But I gave you 12 plays. It's the same concept over and over again. So you just kind of have to decide which formations you like. It depends on your roster. If you got 2 great tight ends, maybe you want to use some of the plays that involve 2 tight ends really well. The one out of eye tight, the one out of wig tight. These 2 formations have both tight ends doing something at the same time. Or if you just have one great tight end, I gave you 6 or 7 of them that have your tight end, again, running shallow. There's so much you could do with it, but you don't have to think too hard, and that's the thing. I don't want to give you 8 different concepts. I'd rather give you just one that you could perfect. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, you could run your entire offense just running these plays. I want you to give yourself 4 or 5 concepts to deal with as opposed to just one. But if you want to give your tight end the ball, the easiest, simplest way to do it, do shallow. And if you got 2 great tight ends, use a handful of these plays that involve both of them. You can't go wrong. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.